there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 261 of Sonic Boom TV. This episode is a collection that I was given by a friend of mine named Carlos. I used to work with his wife years ago, and she was smart enough to leave, and I had to wait around until I got laid off or fired or whatever it was. But anyway, he gave me a collection. I think he said it belonged to his dad, maybe his uncle. I'm not quite sure. It's mostly 70s kind of rock stuff. Some of it's a little more pop. Some of it is what they call nowadays yacht rock. But there's some interesting things as far as records, and there's a few other items, posters and books and other stuff that I'm gonna show those first. I'm not gonna show individual records. Like I'm not gonna take them out of the sleeves. I'm just gonna sleeve them all up, and I'm just gonna show the covers. Um, and if I remember something about if they're damaged or whatever, I'll say that. But let's just get right into what we got. To start off, firstly, we've got this poster that came out of the Beatles' White Album. This was I guess, an early, if not original, pressing poster. It's kind of a weird poster. I don't know why, if anybody would want to hang it up, but it's got lyrics on the other side. I believe the same poster is in the album still to this day. So, but it was hung up at one point because there are little peg marks right there, uh, on the top. But interesting to have. I'm going to keep it. I'm probably going to. I don't have a copy of the White Album. Besides the box set, I have two of those, so I'm just probably going to put this with the box set. Just to keep it from getting any more damage to it. And then if I find a copy of the White Album that doesn't have this, I will definitely get it. But every time I find a copy of the White Album, it is trashed. So then we've got another poster in kind of rough shape. It's Jim Morrison. Oops, Jim Morrison of the Doors. It's got some creases and folds in it. It's a little dusty. Don't know when this says 1991 on it. This person, they did like the Doors. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of Doors stuff in here as far as records, but there's a little bit. Then we got another cool poster. It's a big one. The Beatles. And it's the Beatles' last concert, August 29th, 1966, San Francisco, it says. Bottom. So we've got that. This is a very dusty poster. I don't know if you guys can see. George Harrison is like full of dust. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. They're, you know, they're not in the best condition. They are suitable for me. I don't think I would ever want to sell them or anything. But they definitely need to be cleaned up if I'm going to do anything with them. I don't have wall space for posters really anymore. Um, so then we've got two of these. They're exactly the same. I'm going to show them this one. The Rolling Stones, Bud presents Rolling Stones Steel Wheels North American Tour 1989. It's got Budweiser logos and such on it. It's also dusty. Everything in here is dusty. It was a really dusty collection. Uh, then we've got a Beatles first album by England's phenomenal pop combo. It's a Beatles, just a cover of this album. It's in rough shape, but the picture is pretty good. It's got some kind of sticker or stamp or something on it right there. But otherwise, you know, decent for a little placeholder thing. Now this one, I don't know if this is a original or a reprint or what, because I've seen these in plenty of music stores. These concert posters, they all look kind of the same. This is the Paramount Theater, Brooklyn, New York, June 27th, 1967, 8 p.m. The Doors with Jim Morrison, Mike McCarthy, MC, July 4th, 9 p.m., Mr. Rock and Roll, Chuck Berry. So they didn't play together. They was announcing two different shows. Uh, Also, Pat Miller Band, Dan Z and the Crazies, and Frank Caz Trio, Masters of Ceremonies, Ollie Britton, reserve seats, all shows $6.50. So you could have seen the Doors and Chuck Berry for $13 back in the day. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is an original poster because I've seen these in a lot of stores, and I think they just reprinted them, from the originals. It does have a hole in the top where somebody must have hung it with this plastic on the wall. Uh, there is an address on the back from 3/18/1992 from wherever that was bought. H.T. Ardinger and Son, uh, and it was sent to TLC in Louisville, Kentucky. So that's an interesting little poster. Then we've got some other little things like Broom Magazine, February 1999, official catalog of rock and rolls. This is a catalog, and it's got all kinds of T-shirts and memorabilia kind of stuff in it. I'm not really gonna flip through this too much for you guys, but the video is gonna be long, and I want to get through it as quick as possible. So just kind of T-shirts and stuff that you could have probably ordered some cool stuff. I haven't even looked at that one yet. Then we've got People Weekly, A Secret Life, a long-awaited biography by Albert Goldman reveals that John Lennon his fans never knew. An old People magazine from August 15th, 1988. Uh, Somebody in Texas got that. Then we've got TV Guide magazine special edition, The Beatles: The Untold Story. It's got a bunch of dust on it. Uh, a lot of Beatles stuff in it, pictures and stuff, interesting stuff. Then we've got another catalog, Beatlefest '95 Fall Catalog, rough condition. Much more memorabilia, T-shirts, things of that kind of sort, whatever. Um, then we've got uh, Art Trait, ART Art Rock, maybe. It's a little catalog of more rock memorabilia kind of stuff and T-shirts and what have you, guitars, stuff. Then we've got the Rolling Stones American Tour 1981. This is something that would probably be collectible. It's in rough shape, but a new version of this, a clean version, probably worth $2. And then there's another one, which is an oversized one. Um, it's the Rolling Stones Steel Wheels North American Tour 1989. I got dust all over me. Get dog hair all over me as well. And this one's just pictures and stuff from the Rolling Stone Steel Wheels tour. Some not so great pictures, grainy pictures. The crew pulled out of that's the stage setup. So that's pretty cool. Stage setup. But I think that's it for the extra stuff. Uh, you know, Interesting. Cool stuff to have. I don't really have any place for this stuff at the moment, but it's here. So let's get to the records. I've only played 3 or 4 of them, and the 3 or 4 that I played worked pretty well. Some of these records are really scratched up looking. Some of them are perfect looking. So, and some of them are in stages in between. And so I noticed on a lot of them, some of them had sleeves, outer sleeves on it. I replaced them all. But some of them had like prices on them, and a lot of them were $1. So they probably got these used at a dollar bin. So they weren't like a serious collector. Whoever was getting these, they were just somebody that liked music, and I can appreciate that. But we'll go with what we have, and I'll talk about what they are. They're not in any kind of order. They were. I had them in order by band alphabetically, but they got moved around like 4 times, and they are all out of order again now. So we're just gonna go through it, and whatever pops up, pops up. First up, we got The Who. Who Are You? I'd never owned this album. I was lacking in my Who collection, and I got a few here. This one has "Who Are You" is on this last song. I find the Who usually have one or two songs on their albums that I'm into, in which are the hit songs really, and then after that, not so much. A big fan. Um, this one is Rolling Stones "One Hit to the Body." This is a 12-inch single. Um, it I think it has three versions of the same song because it only lists the one on the back, but I think it's got either two or three different versions of that same song. Um, I don't know this song. Um, I don't think I do anyway. Next one up, somebody I don't know. Johnny Rivers rocks the folk 12 greatest folk songs in his a go go style. I don't know what that's all about. It looks like a fisherman right there, boat captain or something. Uh, but so I don't know about that one. This one I think I have already. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, $2 price tag on that. It's Kansas Left Overture. And this one's got Carry On Wayward Son on it, which is their biggest hit, I believe. Um, I don't know what the rest. Next up is another one by the Who. And this is Tommy. This one I think is in pretty rough shape on the inside. Uh, but this one has Pinball Wizard is the big one off of this, I believe. But I don't know. I think I have this, but I don't know if it has all the records. This one has all the records, but I don't know if they're in the best shape or not. This one I know I have um, elsewhere, and I know it's in much worse condition. This cover is in better condition here, but still rough, and my record is trashed. That's Grand Funk Railroad, E Pluribus Funk, 1972, the silver coin-looking cover, um, which is always terrible to have to put into a sleeve, but that's what it is. First album I've ever had, but this band, and there's more than one for them. So this is the Doobie Brothers, the Captain and Me. I don't know anything about the Doobie Brothers except that they were on not uh, the show with Rerun and Raj and what's happening? What's happening? They were on that, and Rerun tried to bootleg their concert with a like a handheld tape recorder, and they learned a lesson about bootlegging concerts from the band. Don't know any of their songs. I mean, I might know some of their songs. I just don't know that they sing them. So, Doobie Brothers. Then this guy was definitely a fan of this next artist, Elton John. Got Blue Moves. Uh, he's got probably five or six in this thing. Some of them I already had. I did not have this one. I don't know any of these songs. I don't think. No. This is a two LP. Don't know any of those. This next one I have probably three copies of, all in different states of uh, repair. This one they paid $1 for. Blood Rock 2. This has got the song DOA on it. If you don't know the song DOA, look it up. It's kind of a creepy song. It's about a guy who was in a plane crash and he's dying basically. The arm is chopped off, basically he's bleeding out, and it's like a song about that. And there's like at the beginning of the song, there's these like ambulance or police car sirens, and this song was actually banned from the radio because this came out in the '70s. It was banned from the radio because uh, old ladies, from the story I heard, old ladies were calling in the radio stations and calling the police department and complaining because these sirens were coming over their radio and they thought it was real and it was causing them to pull off the road, and there was no reason to be pulling off the road. So, but it's a really kind of cool song. I learned about that song on a it was probably in the '80s, and Alice Cooper did a Halloween show on the radio. It was like the 20 scariest songs or something like that. and I still have the tape somewhere. I can't find it, but I have it somewhere. But anyway, that was one of them on there, and I've been a fan of that song. I've got that record, but I've always bought it used, and I've probably got three of them, or maybe four now. So hopefully that one's in better shape. I don't know. They have a couple other ones. I think I have one, maybe two other albums by them, but those only have one copy. This one I either bought it or I was going to buy it and then I put it back. It's Seals and Cross, Diamond Girl. Uh, don't know anything about them. I just saw it in a dollar bin. This person I think got it out of a dollar bin as well. I don't know any of their songs, but I got it, and it was the one I saw in the dollar bin that I was going to buy. One side of it looked brand new, and the other side had a big scratch on it. That's why I didn't buy it. Because as you know, if I see something in a dollar bin that's anywhere remotely something I would like, if it's in great shape, I'm buying it. This next one, they paid $3 for Joe Cocker, Sheffield Steel. Um, I know some Joe Cocker stuff. Don't know about this album, um, but but it ought to be good. He's that buy with a little help from my friends guy. Next up, we start with the some yacht rock, and my neighbors are squeaking upstairs. I don't know what that means, but we got some Bread, Lost Without Your Love. I know they have some hit songs. I don't have this one. I had one of the other ones, which is in this thing. I think I have another copy of it somewhere. But I probably will listen to this one time and then that'll be the end of that. If it's in good playable shape. This next one is Santana. I don't know what the name of the album is. I think this might be called Three of an Open. It's this one. On the back. Yeah, this one is Santana 3. This one I think is kind of scratchy. A lot of these came with. See, this one's got like a poster or something in it. Yeah, a lot of these have original stuff inside of them. Like they had posters, or if they had inner sleeves and stuff like that. Most of them have what they're supposed to have in them, or at least some of what they're supposed to have in them, from what I looked at. Um, and this one is Santana Moonflower, and it's supposed to be a 2 LP, and it's only got one in it. So that was disappointing me. This one I hope is in great condition, because I do love the first song on this. And it's the Who's Next, and Baba O'Riley is the big song. It was covered by Pearl Jam and whoever else. But there's that, and Behind Blue Eyes. I didn't know that was their song. So hopefully this one's not scratched up. This one I actually played, and it played really well. Um, and it's Thin Lizzy's Johnny the Fox. First, I think this is the first Thin Lizzy album I've ever bought. I wasn't too sure about what they were, but they're kind of like hard rock, not heavy metal, but working their way towards that kind of thing early on. Kind of this 1976, so a little early for what came a little bit later, but this one they also paid $1 for. But I played it, I cleaned it up a little bit, it played fine. I think there was one little pop in it, or one little skip maybe, that I think I just can probably get a toothpick and fix that. Another Elton John. This was recorded at least a year and 7 days before my birth. Elton John, 11/17/70, was born 11/24/71. This one, it's a live album. It's got Take Me to the Pilot, Honky Tonk Women, uh, 60 years on, Can I Pull You On, Bad Side of the Moon, Burn Down the Mission. So I don't really know any of those songs except for Take Me to the Pilot and Honky Tonk Women, and that's not his songs, I don't believe. I know Honky Tonk Women's not his song, so I don't know. Then here's one I already have. Elton John's Greatest Hits. Getting a bunch of Elton John in a row here. That one's got a bunch of good stuff on it. I mean, that Elton John, I just need the hits. That's it. You know, he's not a guy that I need to have beat tracks or anything like that. It's all about the hits with him, and I'm done. This one, it's called Captain Fantastic: The Brown Dirt Cowboy. and it's Elton John. I didn't realize it was Elton John for like 3 days after I had it. I was like, who is Captain Fantastic? And then I saw down here it says Elton John. So I think this is 2LP. Don't know the condition. The cover is in pretty good condition. A lot of these covers are not too bad. They look a lot better once I sleeve them up. The next two are disappointing, but one less than the other because I already have it. But we got Aerosmith Rocks. Um, this one's got Back in the Saddle, Last Child. Um, uh, those are the hits, I think. But this one's kind of scratched up. It's not too bad, but it might play. I don't know, but I already got it, so it doesn't matter if it works or not on that one. The one that does matter that is pretty scratched up, they got it for $1, is Van Halen One. I do not have Van Halen One. I almost bought this on a repress from Walmart, but I figured I could maybe find it, and I still haven't. But then it came in this box, but it looks pretty scratched up. So I don't know if it's gonna play. I'm gonna clean it up and see what happens. But I don't have high hopes for it. I have Van Halen 2 that's warped, doesn't play well. Um, so most of my Van Halen stuff, as far as records go, is not the best shape. And I'm not the biggest, huge Van Halen fan. I mean, I like them, but I'm not crazy about them. Next up, we've got one by a band who has a lot of albums that look the same. I don't know if this one has any of the hits I know, but Chicago, and I guess it's 17, Chicago 17, because I know they have a lot of albums with numbers and Roman numbers in them. Hard Habit to Break, so that was a huge hit for them. So I do know this album, and there may be something else on here. You're the Inspiration. So those two were big in probably the mid late '80s. So I know this album. So hopefully this will play and I'll do it because the other Chicago stuff I have, which is not a lot, I don't know much by it. I like Peter Cetera now. That was in Chicago, but don't know. Here's another one. By Bread. Uh, baby, I'm equals a want you. I don't know what that means. Not even gonna try to decipher it. That's the back. Um, moving on. Bread. I don't think I'll be listening to Bread. Here's another one by the Doobies, the Doobie Brothers. Minute by minute. Um, the By the way, if you guys haven't heard, today, well, right now it's January 20th, but on the 21st, tomorrow morning, it's supposed to snow in New Orleans like 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 inches, something like that. Craziness. This never happened here. So you know, whatever. I don't know if I'm working or not tomorrow. I mean, I work from home on Mondays and Tuesdays, but the place that I work for is said they're closed, so maybe I'm not. I don't know. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and just Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This one, I found out there's multiple covers for this. Like this picture, this picture's glued on, and it's actually peeling up on this edge. It's not bad, but it's there. Somebody wrote $1 on there. But apparently there's another photo where uh, they are less serious looking. These two guys. This guy's already kind of chilled out, smiling. There's another picture with these two smiling or something. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know that I know anything on this. So it's kind of I don't know anything about them. Here's another one by Elton John. Caribou. Is it called? Uh, this one's got the bitches back. Um, Don't let the sun go down on me is the and then got some people that look like must be his band members on the back, bottom down there. Then we've got another one that doesn't have a cover, and this is the Doors, the Soft Parade. But I think this one's it looks in this pretty good shape. It's just not really scratched up or anything. Uh, but I don't know. This Touch Me is on this one. So that song. Um, haven't tried to play that one yet. There is another Doors album in here that I did play, and it played. Here's one I played Manfred Mann album, Do I Diddy. Um, this one, Do I Diddy, Do I Diddy, Diddy, You or whatever it is the hit. The rest of the songs were okay, nothing like that song, but it played pretty good. It's got some scratches on it, but it didn't really affect the play on it. So that's what I'm hoping a lot of these are. I hope they look bad but play good enough, you know. This one I played, it's like brand new. This one didn't have any problems with it, um, and it's autographed. The original Animals before we so before we were so rudely interrupted. Now it's autographed by what I think is Eric Burden, which makes sense because he's the guy, you know, from the Animals. This is 1988. Now I looked up that signature, you know, to see what his autograph looked like. He does his autograph a lot of different ways. It seems like, and this seems similar. The only thing I'm thinking is it looks like it's got more than Eric Burden. Like this looks like Eric, this looks like Burden, and then there's something in the middle, and I think that might be his middle name. So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but didn't expect to find this in there. Now I listened to it. I don't know any of these songs, but it played flawlessly, no problems. You know, so not a bad deal on that one. Next up, we've got the only one that came in a really, really funky cover. I might throw it away because it looks moldy. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I put it in a sleeve by itself. Uh, it's the Rolling Stones' December Children, and you can see the funk. Ugh. I might just cut that part off or something. I don't know. Maybe just throw it away. It's not the best cover. If I can get another cover, it'd be great. But I played the record. The record's here. I put it in the sleeve by itself. Um, now it needs a better sleeve. This is an old sleeve. It is kind of scratchy, but it played well. So you know, it's a good record. Just the funky cover. Now, I've said many times that a lot of things I don't look for, they just come to me, right? And um, you know, it happens more often than not where I'll go somewhere and find something. But this one was the one I spoke of not long ago where it came to me and it looked great and fabulous, and then the record was crap. And that would be Frampton Comes Alive by Peter Frampton. We've got a perfect almost cover. The records look really great. I think there's maybe one or two like hairline scratches on it, but I think this is finally going to be one that is in perfect condition that I can listen to straight through and not have any problems with. So it's not even something I really care a whole bunch about. I do like the hit song "Do What is it? Do You?" Is that one? Uh, Do You Feel Like We Do? And then what's the other one? There's Jumpin' Jack Flash is on here. Uh, Baby I Love Your Way. So those are the two. So if those songs play, I'll be good for Peter Frampton. I hope I never see another Peter Frampton Frampton Comes Alive album again. Next up, we've got some tuba, the next band that managed to stay in a row. Uh, the band that was better than Metallica at metal, Jethro Tull. We've got this Living in the Past. Now, this one I should show it. Maybe I'll show it on another show. But it's like a book, and it's got pages that fold out, and then two of the pages are the sleeves that slide in. It's pretty good shape, you know. And I think the records are in good shape too. And then we've got Jethro Jethro Tull Benefit, um, which don't know anything about. Really don't know much Jethro Tull. I have uh, one or two of their albums, and I didn't really like them too much. Next up, we got Hank Williams Jr. Habits Old and New, the only country album in this, I think. Uh, the I don't know these songs, but the last song is "If You Don't Like Hank Williams." Hank Williams is his father, so Uh, maybe it's a diss track from a country artist back in the day. We got some Jefferson Starship here. We got Grace Slick and Paul Kantner next to the name Jefferson the Jefferson Starship. They've hit so many names, and this one's called Dragonfly. Uh, I don't know any of these songs. They do have some hits, and I might know some of these because they were popular. Uh, whatever they were being called, whether it's starship, airship, airplane, or whatever, they were popular when I was a kid still, and so I probably heard some stuff, just don't know what. Then we've got Johnny Rivers. I don't know if it's the second Johnny Rivers or that was somebody else that I talked about before. But we're here we a go again. Maybelline, Dang Me, Can't Buy Me Love, Johnny Be Good, Josephine, Whole Lot of Shake, and other hits recorded live, very, very live at the Whiskey A Go Go. It looks like all cover songs on there. It might be good. I mean, I don't know this guy. Then we've got another Kansas album called Mask. I don't believe I have this one. But I didn't have it before. And I don't know any of these songs. I don't know how many albums Kansas actually had, but they're usually in dollar bins. But I don't usually pick them up for whatever reason. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I remember this band. All the Good Times. They paid $1 for this. I remember this band, but don't know what they sing. This has got a weird cut in the corner here. Um, it doesn't look like the standard cutout, but maybe it is. It's kind of rounded, so maybe it is. I don't know. This is a band. Heard the name before, but don't know them. Rare Earth, One World. Um, looks like a bunch of or a couple covers on here too. What did I say is a Ray Charles song? This album, I think I have it already. Robert Palmer, Riptide. This one has Addicted to Love on it. Uh, that's the hit right there. Maybe Riptide. I don't know if that was a hit or not. I think I have this already. I mean, I know I have the single for that. But I don't know. Here's a Rolling Stones album that I already have. This one I think is in pretty good shape though. Might be better than what I have. And it's Emotional Rescue, which is a great song. Uh, Emotional Rescue. That's the hit off of there that I know. Um, haven't listened to that one in years. Here's another one by Grand Funk Railroad on the gold foil cover. I hate this cover because it always looks like trash. This one is not much better than trash. You can see it's all messed up. I don't know if I have this one or not, but I've seen it a million times and I know I've left it in stores because it looks terrible. Here's another Peter Frampton that I didn't know uh, anything by. This is where where it should be or where I should be. Um, and yeah, he's got a cigarette in his hand on the back. You don't know, yeah, I don't know these songs either, so that's a new one. Next two, well, one of them doesn't have a record in it, and one of them does. People always say pay ridiculous amounts of money for these albums, and I don't know why because you can find them in great condition without it. This one, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, does not have a record in it. I've already got it anyway. And then Fleetwood Mac, self-titled, record looks in good shape. This one has uh, Rhiannon on it, Landslide. Those are the two hits. But I already have this one. I think I've got this one. I think I found a what do they call them? The the ones that the audio files get. I can't remember. It's got like a little strip across the top or the bottom that says the name of the company. But I've got one of those I found in a thrift store for like $2. Um, And we've got a couple by the same band here. Let's see. We've got Emerson, Lake and Palmer Trilogy. I don't know anything about them, as I said before. And Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach. So this may be yacht rock as well. I don't know. Then, getting close to the end here, guys. Still got a few more to go. We got the Doobie Brothers Stampede, kind of a cool cover. But again, I don't know much about the Doobies. Doobie Doobies. But maybe when I listen to this, I'll recognize some songs. Because again, a lot of that stuff came out in the 70s when I was a kid. Here's another one by the Doobie Brothers, Toulouse Street, which is a street in New Orleans. This one, the cover is in really great shape. I don't remember what the record looks like. And then we got some Bread again, Guitar Man. That looks like it's gonna be horrible. For something called Guitar Man, I got a feeling it's gonna be pretty sappy, guys. Here's a Cream record called Goodbye. Cream was, who was that? Eric Clapton, I think, was in Cream. It says. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But Cream. I don't know this song. I've had a couple things that I tried to get with Cream albums, but there's always something wrong with them. I think I got one that's got a hole in it or something like that 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 I got and didn't realize it until after I got home. It's like a greatest hits or something like that. The best of Bread, I believe. Well, I got two of them called the best of Bread. Uh, I think. Oh, this is volume two. I think I have this one already. I think it's the Bread album that I got. I don't know these songs, guys. I'm gonna look real quick. See as well. But two best of Bread albums, so I've got more bread than I need. More, way more. Um, Here's an album that I'm gonna say it, and I'm probably gonna offend somebody, but I really don't care. It's how I feel, and my feelings are all that matter. A very highly overrated album, Boston. Uh, I've got like 4 or 5 copies of this, all in different states of disrepair, I guess is the word. But it's got More Than a Feeling, rock and roll band, Smoking. Uh, the only three that I know of to be big hits. It's a good album. I give them that. It's a good album. Maybe it's even a great album. We got a couple great songs on it for sure. But to be like considered what people consider this, I don't get it. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't get it. Next up, we got a few more. We'll get out of this video. We're not doing too bad. Only 36 minutes. I thought this was going to go well over an hour. Badfinger. Uh, Wish You Were Here. I believe that Badfinger is the one who's originally saying Radar Love. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think it is. I don't know any of these songs. The Association, I do have something by them. They paid $5 for this one. This is a probably double LP, maybe triple. Association Live. Oops, I'm dropping stuff here. I lose my last few. Association Live. Um, Back. Along Comes Mary. If it's the, I think they're the originator of that song. Uh, Quick. That's the hit that I know. Windy. Windy. That's a good song too. The second one. So I do have 1 or 2 albums by them. They're pretty rough shape. But I think that's a live album, so I think that'll be totally new to me. The Allman Brothers Band, Brothers and Sisters. I don't have much by them, if anything. I think I might have some of the brothers like Greg Allman or something. I believe this is like Southern rock kind of stuff. It'll be good. I know it'll be good. I don't know what the condition is. This is the one I have that I was thinking I had. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Some yacht rock right there. Uh, this one has. It does have a hit on it. I know it. You made me so very happy. But I already have this one, so it doesn't matter. And the last one for this episode, I believe, make sure, yes, is the best of the doobies. This one, somebody paid $6.57. Music is your best entertainment value. And so we get the best of the doobies. So we'll get China Grove. I know that song, so maybe I do must know some whatever these guys are all do brothers. Taking it to the streets. I know that one. Uh, Blackwater. I think I know. That's it. That's all I know about that. So, um, but yeah, don't bootleg their concerts because they get upset about that and get on TV. So anyway, that's it for the collection. I want to thank Carlos and his dad or uncle or whoever it was that gave him these. I will clean them up and see, at least try to play them and see what happens with them. Like I said, the first couple that I tried worked well. Um, the they you know they were really dirty. I didn't give them a proper cleaning. I just gave them a quick cleaning, and they played well. So I think once I get them with the spin clean and kind of look and see if there's anything on them that I need to get off, maybe they'll all play. I don't know. But some of them I have a lot more interest in, and some of them I just have like I don't know. But I'm glad that they didn't end up in a thrift store and they didn't end up in a garbage dump for now. Anyway, as long as I'm alive, they'll have a home. And so that's it for this episode. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.